Have you ever dreamed of walking into a bustling restaurant in Egypt and just ordering your meal with total confidence? Well, in this explainer, we're going to give you the exact phrases you need to do just that. Let's jump right in. So, picture this. You're in a little cafe in Cairo. The air is just filled with these incredible smells of spices and food, and you see the server walking your way. Do you panic? Nope, not after this. You are going to know exactly what to say.
Okay, first things first. Before you can even think about what's on the menu, you have to be able to say why you're there in the first place. And it all boils down to two very simple, very human feelings: being hungry and being thirsty.
All right, the absolute first phrase you've got to know is ana ga'an. It means I'm hungry. Let's say that one out loud. Ana ga'an. See how that G sound is hard, like in the word go? That's it. This is your starting line for any food adventure in Egypt.
And, what usually goes with being hungry? Being thirsty. To say I'm thirsty, you say ana atshan. Now that first sound, the one we write with a number 3, it comes from the back of your throat. Listen again. Ana atshan. Perfect. You've just nailed the two most important phrases.
Okay, so you've announced that you're hungry. Now what? What are you actually going to order? Let's build up a little vocabulary so you can look at that menu and know what you're looking at. Let's start with the basics for food, or as you'd say, al-akil. So for breakfast, you're looking for fatar. Lunch is gada, and dinner is triasha. Easy, right? Now for some staples. Bread, and trust me, you'll see it everywhere, is freish. Chicken is firach. And meat, just in general, is lakma. Let's run through those one more time. Fitar, gada, triasha, freish, firach, lakma.
And of course, you're going to need something to drink, right? Drinks are el-mashrubat. Water is simply maya. Tea, which is a huge part of the culture there, is shaya. Your morning cup of coffee is ahwa. And if you want some juice, you'll ask for asir. You will hear these words everywhere, I promise. All right, so you can recognize some words on the menu. That's a huge step. But how do you actually, ask for them? We need some action words. We need the verbs that are going to bring this all together.
Okay, if you only remember one word from this whole thing, make it this one. Ayiz. It means want. Seriously, this is your power word. If you say ana ayiz and then just point or say the food item, you're saying I want. It's simple, it's direct, and everybody will understand you.
But what if you're not ordering right this second? What if you're just chatting about food you enjoy? For that, you're going to use baheb, which means I like. This is great for just talking about your tastes in general.
So, what if you don't like something? You're going to love this. Egyptian Arabic makes this so easy with just one little word, mesh. All you do is pop mesh right before the verb, and boom, it's negative. Let me show you how it works. Check this out. So, to say you like kosheri, which is this amazing Egyptian dish, you just say baheb el-kosheri. Got it? Now, to say you don't like coffee, you just add that magic word right at the beginning. Mish baheb el-awa. See? It's really that simple.
Okay, let's flip the script for a second. This is the question you're almost guaranteed to hear from a waiter. Hate kule. Literally, it's kind of like want you eat what, but all it means is what do you want to eat?
And for drinks, you'll probably hear a slightly more polite version, taheb tashrab e. That word taheb is the you form of like, so it's a very friendly way of asking, what would you like to drink?
Look, theory is great and all, but let's see how this actually sounds in a real conversation, right? We're going to play out a super simple dialogue between two people deciding what to eat.
So person A kicks things off with a question that should look really familiar by now. Speaker A asks, Interagan, are you hungry?
And the reply couldn't be simpler. Speaker B says, Aywa ra'an. Aywa is the most common everyday way to say yes. So, yes, I'm hungry.
So Speaker A asks the next logical question, the one we just learned. Trid dakul e. What do you want to eat?
Now Speaker B uses our power word 3A's to make their choice. 3A's I'll call kushari. I want to eat kushari. See how that works? Akul is just the I form of the verb to eat.
Of course, no meal is complete without a drink. So Speaker A uses that nice, polite form we talked about. Tahib tishrab A. What would you like to drink?
And to wrap up the order, Speaker B just says, Shai la samahat,
We know shy is tea, and la samahat is the perfect, polite way to say please. That's a fantastic phrase to keep in your back pocket.
And just like that, you've witnessed a complete, successful order. Before we wrap up, let's just do a super quick recap of the most important phrases we covered. Think of this as your personal cheat sheet for ordering.
Let's just burn these into our memory one last time. To say how you feel, ana gaan or ana achan. To say what you want, ayaz akol for eating, ayaz ashrib for drinking. To state your tastes, beheb for like, mish beheb for don't like. And the two big questions to listen for, ayaz takol a and teheb tishrab a. You've got this.
And that's really it. You now have the fundamental toolkit to walk in and order a meal in Egyptian Arabic. You know the keywords, you know how to stick them together, and you know how a real conversation flows. So the only question left is, what are you going to order first?